Season 2 of the HBO Max show Euphoria currently has an average of 16.3 million viewers, including many students at HHS. In the show, Zendaya plays Rue, a 16-year-old student who faces challenges ranging from drug addiction to mental health issues. It also features characters battling domestic abuse and even gun violence. Students reflect on the show and its treatment of such real-life issues.
The issues I feel like that are being represented in the show are very serious issues that we need to take into consideration when thinking about the show. This is a matter of life or death here, and we really got to consider whether or not we're gonna support these issues or just let them be and let them continue. And that's what I feel is the real problem here in the show.
I think it's important to talk about because Euphoria has a teenage audience, and seeing the choices these characters make and the consequences it has, I think it's like good for people to learn from that.
I think at the element that is, some of it is representative, and some of it I can relate to a lot, like Miss Cat, who's one of my favorite characters. Y'all, by the way, y'all need to stop messing with Cat anyways. But like, I relate to Cat the most because of the body issues and stuff like that all my life now.
I feel as though that it is nice that they are represented in the show because it lets you get an outlook at what what could possibly happen to you if you get into these positions.
I do think it's a good thing. I do understand when people are coming from when they say that like some of this stuff is like very graphic and excessive, because it is, but sometimes it is used to like the show's advantage because it does help portray the things that it's trying to and show like the severity of it.
I think it's important to like people to get to know like the reality of a lot of people.
Anyways, even if it's harder for other people to watch them.
I think they can't be graphic because addiction's a serious issue and like relationship abuse is a serious issue, but it's also important to see it because they are real problems and that people have.
I think so, because things like with like Rue's drug abuse, it definitely was hard to watch, but I feel like that also helped showed how like scary it really is and that it shouldn't be like glamorized.
Definitely McKay and his sexual assault, because that was brushed past, and definitely Jules a lot more. Yeah.
Yes, it is. It also could be too graphic for people that have had things like this happen before. But like I said, I think it's good for us to see what could possibly happen if you get yourself in one of these positions.
I think it's like really important that they show like really sensitive topics because it's important for other people who don't go through it to get to like know it, the truth of stuff.
Yes, love the intense scenes, but sometimes they can, when I'm with my parents and friends, sometimes it can get a little too weird. I have to walk out of the room. It's not comfortable. But when I'm by myself, I kind of don't mind it. It's whatever, just trying to get into the show, trying to understand more. But yes, it can be disappealing to some younger audiences.
I think Jules' sexuality kind of issue, and definitely Nate's abuse, because man needs to go to jail. He's hot and all, but
I'm really glad that in like the last couple episodes, Gia's feelings are starting to get more validated by like Ali, because her whole life it's all like been about Rue and her struggle, but like Gia just got completely overlooked through the whole thing and nobody was ever paying attention to her or how she was feeling.
I think Rue's struggles with addiction are very important because many people can have family members that suffer from addiction, or people themselves can suffer from drug addiction. So I think it's important for people to see that and try to understand that addiction is a disease and there are ways out of it.
Devil's Advocate, this is Elizabeth Liga signing off.